Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you with a hop video. It is part of the Card Hop and Hop group on Facebook. And this month we had the choice of the Bokah technique or Galaxy. And I hadn't actually really done either. So I chose the Bokah technique mostly because at the time that I signed up, there were fewer people signed up for that technique versus Galaxy. So that's what helped me decide. And the theme today, which I actually remembered, is anything but stamps. So I'll be using some die cuts in this video rather than stamping any sentiments or any images. So I'm actually excited to start with these three colors that are new to me. These are Distressed Oxide inks. I'm using Mermaid Lagoon, Peacock Feather, and Pickled Raspberry. Picked raspberry, not pickled. Although I don't know if it would be the same color if it were pickled. So I'm going to open these up and I'm going to start ink blending and just getting some color down on my page. I'll be right back. Okay, today I'm starting with these scrapbook.com ink blenders. These are the ones that come with the changeable domed foam pads. I have 3 of these. I put new pads on them. I'm hoping to figure out a storage system that will allow me to keep a pad for each different color of the inks that I have, but you know, independent of the holder. But that'll be a video for another time once I figure that out. I have, I think, 6 of these holders, which I think is plenty. I only use 3 or 4 at the most for any project, so I should be able to get away with that if I just get enough blenders, foams, that I can have one each and identify which ink pad it goes to. So that's extra. So I'm going to go ahead and get started blending here. I'm not sure how many card bases I'm going to get from this. I can obviously get 4 if I'm doing A2 size cards, but I'm just going to start blending and then see how it turns out and then decide. So I am going to start off with, I think I'm going to start off with the picked raspberry, not pickled. And I'm going to set these to a side just so they're not kind of in my way. And I'm just going to start blending. I do have my Teflon craft sheet out, and it is taped down to my desk. It's actually taped from my last project video, which was the chroma glaze. So it actually still has some of the chroma glaze, but don't look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I am going to kind of pick up a bunch of ink on my blender. You can kind of see it going here. And I don't know, other people do it different ways. I don't rub against it. I just kind of, you know, stamp down on it to gather up some ink. And I'm just going to start. If you don't want like a full, completely, you know, dark impression on your paper when your ink blending start off of the page, so some of the ink will end up on the craft sheet, but you'll continue to pick that up and bring it over. I don't know that I can appropriately demonstrate this, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, all right, so I use a pretty heavy hand, so you can see that there are definitely some spots that are darker than others. And so maybe I put too much ink on it. And definitely I think you're probably not supposed to stop in the middle, but that's what I did. So I'm just going to keep going until it kind of blends itself out, and maybe I can get some of these darker sections to lighten up a little bit. Was picked raspberry. I'm moving on to Mermaid Lagoon. I don't know how I'm going to do this without getting splotches, but let's give it a shot. Maybe less ink, huh? I feel like it's not coming up hardly at all. That was not a grammatically correct sentence, but let's give this a shot here. Peacock feathers, and I was really excited when this color came out, and I've been wanting it ever since. But this is like a greenish kind of teal color. Not sure how it'll show up on the screen. Let's try this. Got another clean foam. And try. Okay, for the next part, I'm going to be using scrapbook.com. For the next part, I'm going to be using scrapbook.com clear stackable sponge daubers. Now, my preference for white pigment ink is Brutus Monroe Alabaster White. Additionally, I'm going to be using this Crafters Workshop 6x6 template. I don't know who makes this, who sells it. It's been in my stash for a minute. So, but I'm supposed to be using just different size circles for this. So I'm going to go ahead and start by just adding some ink, and I'm going to make circles that intersect with each other, and some that are darker where there's more ink, and some that are lighter where there's less, and that will build the bokeh look. So let's see, probably start right here, and let's see, maybe I even need a larger one. I feel like I might need a larger one. I'm also getting ink on the dauber because, of course, this is Distress Oxide ink. Oops. So I'm going to try to pick up the ink just from one spot on the ink pad so I don't get a lot of bleeding or unintentional color mixing. I'm just going to continue to build, and some of the ones that I've seen, they have half of a circle in some spots. So, is that, yeah, okay. Here. And this is really just a random process. So now, I'm gonna start overlapping some of them. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I think in this case, I'm lucky in that the blotchiness of my color blending on the background really is just kind of adding to the I can't really focus on some of this effect. So, good. Okay, guys. I'm done for the moment. I'm not sure that I love the way it looks. Of course, my eye keeps going on to keeps catching the splotchiness of the background. If I would have used one color as my base color, maybe it would be a little different. You can still see that, that technique with the white spots though. I'm gonna set this aside and come back to it and then see how I feel about it. Okay, I went ahead and sliced down our piece of paper, and I ended up making 3 cards. We try not to make these hop videos longer than about 10 minutes or so, so I didn't take you through how I chose the pieces that I put. Since we're not using stamps, I used these La La Love ephemera pieces by Crate Paper. This is a Valentine's pack, so but I didn't do any actual Valentine's Day sentiments. Here's the first one, and I'm going to bring them up so you can kind of see that effect. And I just layered a few of those ephemera pieces, and I like it. I think the mistake I made, now that I, stopped and sat back and thought about it, is that I was using the Distress Oxide inks, and I definitely needed to wait and let them dry a little bit before I added the white. So here's card number 1. And card number 2. I like the way this one turned out. I did put this large pink heart kind of a little higher than normal. I wanted some of the bottom colors to show beneath the sentiment, so I popped the sentiment up on some foam. And my last one I really like. So I cut this blue strip out, and I think that what I did is I cut a 4-inch strip and a 4-inch strip, and this is what was left over. And I used it as sky, and then I put some green behind it to create a matte that's kind of like grass. And this little puppy who's super cute with his heart sunglasses. And I just put a couple more of the ephemera pieces on here, and that is that. So all in all, I think I learned some things. I think I definitely will need to learn to, I need some more experience with ink blending overall. Just doing the base was a little frustrating, just because I'm really heavy-handed, so I kept getting marks and a lot of just like chunky pieces of ink where I didn't expect them to be. So I'm going to continue to work on that, but otherwise I have 3 cards that are definitely ready to go. Thank you so much for watching another video. Don't forget that I have a giveaway that I'm sponsoring in another video, and I'm going to put that right up here so that you can see that. It closes April 25th, which is Monday in the evening. All the details are in that video description box, so take a look at that. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you liked any part of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, safety first.